Hey guys, Ray from Love You RV. So in this video I'm going to take a look at a new RV electronic safety device from a company called Active Controls LLC. Basically it's a 30 amp surge protector slash soft starter. So in the past, if you watch my videos, you know I have this Progressive Industries EMS electrical management system surge protector, and I've had it now. It's like installed that December 12th, 2012, December 28th, 2012. So 10 years I've been using it. Over the years, it's probably saved the rig from some damage and some brownouts and surges. It's quite a big piece of gear that I hardwired in, and also had a display. But recently a guy from Active Controls, this little company out of Florida, contacted me and asked if I'd like to check out their ActiveStart 30 amp model and give it a try and let them know what I think and do maybe a review for them. This one differs from my Progressive Industries thing. It has everything that my Progressive Industries have as far as high voltage protection, low voltage protection, surge protection. But this also is what they call a soft starter. So it can detect when a load is happening in the RV, like say your air conditioner, or you turn on a blender, some type of inductive load. It'll start it up a little slower. You won't have that initial big inrush of current that could overload your circuitry. So that's kind of an interesting thing. And this also one comes with an app. That really perked my interest, because you can actually go in there if you're kind of techie and get in, kind of dive deeper into the settings. Let's just go to the manual here, the ActiveStart, Active Controls. There's what it looks like. It's kind of a dog bone looking thing. You plug one end into the park power pole, or you can also plug it into an inverter or a generator. In this video I'm just going to test it in the park that I'm in right now, and later on I'm going to try it with my generator and inverters that I have, just to test it out. I was going to actually maybe try it now, but unfortunately I'm in the Southwest and we're getting kind of cool weather, so I don't even have really warm enough weather to even use my air conditioner properly. So I'm just going to, in this video, kind of give you a look at this device, and we'll test it in the park, and I'll give you a look at the app. So basically it's the ACS30P. That's the 30 amp one. They also have a 20 amp one, and they're working on a 50 amp one. And they also have a marine one that has a little bit of different connections that they use in marine for boats. You can see nominal voltage 120 volts, over voltage limits 140, under voltage limits 100. So I guess if you go past either of those extremes, it'll shut off and then reevaluate things and come back on when it's safe to do so. Surge protection 2100 joules, maximum nominal 20 amp and 30 amp depending on the model you have. And then we have overcurrent limits of 32 amps here. Let's go down. So installation, just plug it into your power pedestal or generator. Allows self-diagnostic function to determine correct polarity. If input LED is green only, then source power is ready to use. After 45 to 60 seconds, the green output LED will indicate there's live power. And it also has some LEDs that tells you if there's a fault, like if the pedestal is wired wrong, it won't pass it through to your RV. It'll let you know that there's a problem with it. And here we go, starting current reduction 50%. So that helps people with generators run their air conditioner where they couldn't before, because it ramps up the power slower. A lot of air conditioners, they start pretty hard and they draw a lot of energy when you first kick on the compressor, and a lot of times that'll overload a generator, but this thing is supposed to ramp it up slowly. Now there are other ones on the markets. A lot of them have been after me to review their stuff, but I decided to pick this one because it's a U.S. company in Florida, very small business, and the guy seems really nice. He's been an actual electrical engineer for over 31 years, and he decided to start this company in 2021. Anyway, let's get a look at it. Take it out of the box. We'll give you a look at it, and I'll hook it up, and then we'll check out the app. There we are. 30 amp in and out. The square box, supposed to be weatherproof. And then you can see there's a ring on it there where you could actually lock it if you were worried about theft. What else we got? Yeah, they said they'd send me another dog bone so I can go to 20 amp because I have an EcoFlow power station I want to try it on, and also my 2000 watt generator, so that way I can adapt it. And also a neutral ground bonding plug. Some generators have a floating neutral, so this thing just helps so that this thing doesn't get an error when you plug it into a generator with a floating neutral on it, they call it. Anyway, let's get out and plug it into the power pedestal in this RV park and hook it up and see what happens. Okay, so there's lights there, shows just green, red light's not on, so that means the power here is wired correctly. And then down here there's another LED that should come on. Yes, there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a green LED right there. And I heard a click in the box when the relay fired, so basically it analyzes the power, makes sure it's okay, and when it knows it's okay, it passes it through to the RV. So let's go inside and take a look at the app. You can see they have some QR codes here for website and the different Android store or Apple iOS, so that you can check that out and get the right app with your smartphone. And then on the back here they have a device code and then a key, like a password, and you need that for when you first install this into the app, so it knows which ActiveStart you're using, because you could have multiple ones of these, so that way it knows which one is which. Okay, so here's the app installed on my phone. First thing I got to do is connect. I'll just connect up here. I've already gone in. There was a kind of a password on the device. I had to do a scan and it found this device, and I had to enter a password to connect to it, which is on a sticker on the device itself. So we'll connect there, Bluetooth, and then we can go to main. Now it's showing me the information being supplied by the device. Shows the current coming into the RV is 5 amps, voltage 118 volts, frequency 60, and currently what power I'm using. You can see it's fluctuating a bit, around 600 watts. There's a resettable energy, so that you can reset, and tells you in kilowatt hours how much energy you've used. And then the total energy I've used since I've been playing around with it is 15 kilowatt hours. So I can go in and reset that to 0 if I want to figure out how much certain devices are using. And then we got, I guess, the internal temperature of the device. And new load count detect. So I guess it detects any big loads you fire up. Let's maybe try firing up the microwave. We'll see what happens to this wattage. This has a standard microwave. I think it's max 1850 watts. Seems to work okay. Yeah, so we're up around 2000 watts there. And now my load count is 7. And we got settings here. So I've set it to power pedestal. But you can see if you're going to be running the SoftStarter with different generators and inverters, it's got small inverters, 2000 watts, small generator, 2000 watts, medium, 3000 watts, and then medium generator, 4500 watts. So I think depending on what you choose, it adjusts the way the SoftStarter works and what kind of load, the way the load ramps up on it. And then up here is where you can reset that energy meter. There we go. That's connection, and then they even have a help thing. Gives you the device firmware app version, and you can go to their website. You can upload debug info. I guess you can email them something if you're having problems, and then even call them. So they do seem to have pretty good support that you would expect from a small company. There's only around 4 people, I think, in their company, so you can probably actually phone and even talk to the actual guy who designs this thing if you have any issues with it. Up here there's a bell, and then there's nothing showing here, but if there was some type of surge problem or something, you would get a notification of the error. Well, there you go, hooked up and working on the RV Park Power. Looks like a pretty nifty device. Like I said, we got a bit of a storm rolling through the southwest here, and it's causing temperatures to drop quite a bit. It's going to be a few days of cloud and a little bit of rain, and then 3 or 4 days of quite coolish weather. I don't even think it's going to get to 60 Fahrenheit, so I'm going to have to delay doing some tests, but I'm going to, like I say, test with my generator and my inverter and see if this SoftStarter will allow I have a 3,000 watt inverter that I installed just in this fall, and I tried it on my Furrion 14.5 kBTU air conditioner, and it couldn't do it. The locked rotor amps was 61 amps on that, so it's pretty hefty to start it. So it'll be interesting to see if using this SoftStarter, whether I'll be able to start my air conditioner using my power inverter. Anyway, they have a few other different products here. Looks like I say, the 50 amp is coming, and 50 amp marine. Also wired 16 amp is coming, and I see they have this wired 40 amp SoftStarter, so that would be one that you would just wire into one appliance, like an air conditioner, for example, rather than plug into your power pole. So it doesn't have the surge protection or anything. It's just specifically to one device. And then there's that bonding plug and the dog bone. And also, I'll give you a link to the Active Control's YouTube page, because they are starting to put out some videos. You can see 3 days ago, 6 days ago, 1 month ago, and you can see here's one where they have an ActiveStart 20 amp running a camper 15,000 BTU AC with a Champion 2500 watt generator. A few other different demos there. Anyway, stay tuned. I'll be back probably maybe in a week or 2 with another video on it. Till next time, Ray from Love Your RV. Cheers, everyone.